So my game was called FTL, which stands for Faster Than Light. This is the startup screen. As you can see here in the code, this is the file that you run, and it simply just redirects the controller, like the key presses, timer, fire, mouse presses, to either a menu, a pause menu, a nuke. Unfortunately, my code does not work currently. As you hit start, the game fails. There are currently still bugs and issues within the game, and a lot of things were not 100% implemented completely. On the left, you can see one of my first drafts, and on the right, you can see at a point when I did have part of the game working. On the bottom, you can see where you can distribute power by left-clicking, right-clicking. This is a point-and-click system. Within the ship, you can see different systems. The left ship is yours, where you can move people around, and the right ship is where you'd click the weapons to fire at. The other ship is controlled by the computer and AI, who, based on a random variable and certain strategies, will fire back at you. The user interface is very simple. It's a point-and-click system. The reason I went with this was because I wanted something intuitive, quick, and easy for a short-term game. This game, there's no saves. Once you die, you're dead, and you have to restart from zero. It is that style of a game. I want something quick and easy. You can right-click on these different stations and left-click on them to add power, and you can do the same thing with moving people around and same thing with firing the weapons. I did not want to go with keys because keys take time to learn. They are more efficient in a real-time strategy game, but this game does have a feature of a pause, where you have the ability to pause where this little label comes up in which the game stands still, but you can still commit actions. This was a challenging part in the code, to be able to keep track of someone's commands while the game isn't running in real time. This also causes a lot of problems with, for example, when someone fires a weapon, because the weapon doesn't immediately hit the other ship. There actually is a travel time, so you have to keep track of that. Many of my issues came from integrating the model and the view. I had a lot of issues in the beginning with the sprites and by game, because the model and view are so closely integrated. It was hard to keep them separated and working well together, which I had to go back and strip a lot of my code down and really fundamentally build it up at a more OOP level of inheritance and keeping track of different things and making sure that only things were shown to each other on a need-to-know basis. I structured my code heavily into OOP. As you can see here, an AI has a ship. A ship is a very fundamental part of the game. The HUD is a very fundamental part of the view, while so is part of the ship as well, as you saw. Again, you can make new instances of games to keep it going, and within a game, there's instances of fights, because as you progress and then as you lose the game, it brings you back to the main menu, as it's all being run through a controller called FTL.